Okay, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to our video. It's your boy 2 Hour Reaction Bluest here. I can't stop yapping. Help. This season has been a bit of a whirlwind, and I cannot stop talking when I start a video, so I have made it a pledge today here in this reaction that instead of having a 20-minute intro like the past two videos I've had, I am going to keep it under 3 minutes. All my theories are still in place. Many of the theories that I threw out, I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck is going on here. Gluttony's possibly taking over Subaru. How is Melee involved? If she's pushing him, is she the one pushing him? It looks more likely to that being the case, but why would she be doing that? Thinking of the reasoning behind it, and I could go on and on and on. We have the Natsuki Subaru is here written on his arm, which I truly feel is Gluttony trying to further convince Nubaru that Natsuki Subaru is a bad person, that Natsuki Subaru took over and murdered Melee, and so I really feel like Gluttony is attempting to make Nubaru think that Natsuki Subaru is awful and evil, because we saw him speaking with Shala and that whole interaction where the reason he hugged her is because he thought it's something Natsuki Subaru wouldn't do, and he's getting more and more and more suspect of Natsuki Subaru, and so we'll see where this continues. I really feel like Gluttony, to a certain extent, has to be inside a Subaru. That was the whole witch factor thing where he got through 4 doors instead of 3 this time. If our witch factor theory is to be believed, he has to some degree have Gluttony as a part of him, which leads you to believe that the reason he's blacking out might have something to do with Gluttony. And also some people were theorizing that, you know, Beatrice is dead, everybody else is dead, and the only one that's unaccounted for is Amelia, and then all of a sudden, much like how Satella takes everything over, the tower is just taken over and destroyed, which, like, maybe that's the case, but also it looked so unbelievably, I mean, new director, and this is the first time we've met Satella since season 2, so maybe that's why it looks so drastically different. New director, new art director, and stuff like that. So maybe if it's Satella coming out, maybe that's why it looks different, if that was to be her. And some people were theorizing and talking about the idea about, you know, it's Satella, but then people were questioning, like, why would she come out? And I think the only explanation could be that Amelia went insane. We've seen other times where Subaru said nothing about return by death, but the Witch of Envy took over Amelia because Amelia lost her mind. We saw that occur in season 2, and so I don't think it's impossible that Amelia watched everybody die and then she lost her mind and the Witch of Envy took over. So there's so much shit going on, guys. I said I'd keep this under 3 minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up all my recap there. All my theories from last episode are still in place. I didn't come up with anything new like I did last time when I did my intro, and so I have nothing new to add. We'll see where we go. It was just a lot of confusion last episode, a lot of theory crafting, and we'll see where we go from here. But anyway, per usual, feel free to check out the Patreon and Discord. Links are in the description below. As far as the Discord goes, we talk about current anime, past anime, current manga, past manga, and have non-anime conversations as well. And as far as the Patreon goes, you get exclusives and uncut star reactions. So feel free to check out either of those of your own will. For this, up straight into ReZero Season 4, Episode 10. I did have more to add, you know, about the whole, like, REM situation, but I said I was going to keep it under 3 minutes. I'm already a little over that, but I at least finished the recap within 3 minutes. So maybe we'll talk about that if it needs to get brought up in the episode. But, you know, my whole REM discussion I had in the intro, and then how that played in the actual episode and such. Just throwing it out there. I didn't forget about that, but I'm trying to keep it short. Okay, let's go. Man, we're picking up right from here. Natsuki Subaru is here. Yeah, and he's thinking, like, what the fuck are you to Subaru? He's like, who the fuck is, because he doesn't know what Gluttony is or anything like that. There's no way they can even remotely begin to theorize that it's not Subaru taking over. Gluttony is literally clearly doing this to convince him that Subaru is evil. This wasn't here. Oh my god. Yeah. I mean, this is exactly what I was theorizing, that's what Gluttony's trying to do. I think they could truly be trying to recruit him and bring him in because he has so many witch factors. Like, I truly think that could be what's happening. And left his signature on my arm. We killed Who are you? Ugh, God damn, we're skipping the OP this episode. Is he hiding? Oh. Damn, so he's just, oh my god, he just hid her body and is just gonna move on, and the next time he dies and loops, he's just like, I won't think of you as a suspect. That might be a mistake. I want to sit here. The reason that I'm speculating so hard on the reasoning behind why Meili would push him is because I don't want her to be an enemy again. And like, wait, there's so much suspicious shit going on with her. As much as, like, you know, Gluttony's clearly involved in all the above, she has been so unbelievably suspicious with, like, what she said to Nubaru last episode about that conversation we had last night, and then she, like, licked her lips, or she did that before or something, which someone actually pointed out, it's not reminiscent of Gluttony, it's more reminiscent of something Elsa would do. So I have no fucking idea. I want to find any justification for it not, for whatever reason she might have pushed him, because I lean towards the idea that she did. Whatever reason she would do so is a good reason, and then that she's not going to become a villain all of a sudden again, but fuck if I know, man. It's a textbook mystery cliche. Just hid Meili's body is crazy. Hi. He is really just trying to move on. Jesus. Amelia-chan. She didn't question the Amelia-chan thing this time. She probably just assumes that it's just a Subaru thing. The only time that she knew that, or that it really affected her, was after he admitted he didn't have his memories, and then she's like, oh, he really doesn't have his memories because he called me Amelia-chan instead of Tan, but in this reality, she just probably thinks it's another whim of Subaru. Oh god. Were you teasing me just now? Oh god. Oh my god, such a brutal thing to say after what just occurred. But also, the reason you find yourself looking at him is because he's being weird as fuck, because it's not actually him. It's not the Subaru you know. Yeah, we literally wouldn't have been able to cross without her, which is another reason that I lean towards the idea that if she was pushing Subaru, it was for a reason, but it's just really hard to come up with a reason that makes a whole ton of sense. Like, you could throw out the theory that, like, her and Subaru had a conversation the night before where he, like, told her if I'm acting weird, like, just somehow maybe he got wind the Gluttony was here and was able to warn Meili ahead of time, if I act weird tomorrow, then, like, push me. But that just seems so far-fetched. It's just hard to say that doesn't seem far-fetched. But I honestly just don't want Meili to become a villain. She's such a good character. I like her, and I like her coming around to our side. Literally live with everyone else. Oh god. Oh god. He's just crashing out here because yikes, how can we tell me the future while we're still stuck here? Too soon, you're damn right it is. Hey. Amelia goated. We're gonna try to solve everything on your own. If you're having issues or trouble or something, I won't. Such an Amelia way to be like, I will care for you all the same, no matter what is going through your mind or bothering you or anything. And Nubaru literally just cannot fathom someone caring for him this deeply. It wraps back around to the whole point that Subaru went through an entire arc in season 2 where he was, like, directly had to accept the fact that people do genuinely love him. And so Nubaru, having not gone through that, just can't fathom why this girl would care so deeply about Natsuki Subaru. He can't fathom why that would be the case. And we're getting interrupted. Thanks, Ram. Oh, Jesus. Did Meilei's book get added? Did we like, oh god, someone died and oh no. But the whole thing was like, we don't know how this system works, right? And you would think if this is a library of the dead and it has like every dead person, then in theory we would see a bunch more books get added, not just Meilei's, because there's no way there isn't people dying like every day. Right. Oh god, it might be Meilei's book, man. It is an ill omen. Show from the top the book on the far right. Oh god, it's Meilei's book. Portroot is her last name. Interesting. Didn't she say she didn't like know if she had a last name or something like that? Because she didn't. Okay, you know what's besides the point. The name thing doesn't matter all that much right now. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Ooh! Ooh! I don't want to sound like a piece of shit. We should take advantage of this. If Nubaru reads it, he can find out if she's the one who pushed him. Or was planning on pushing him, or has colluded with Gluttony in any way. The book would show him if that was the case. But oh my god, Meili. Jesus Christ, her book's there. Then we're all in danger. It is already too late, then, because yeah, she's dead. You can't look for her, find her, or save her. She's dead. I'm not excited to see Nubaru's face. Hi, Shala. Something happened to Squirt number 2. So they didn't see it get added, they just happened upon the book. Because I was gonna say, it would make no sense if, like... I mean, Meili would be the most recent death, yes. But it's kind of crazy that they found it. Okay, hold on. Let me work my brain through what I'm trying to say here. This library should be adding books constantly. At this point, we should have probably seen how books get added. Because... people die all the time every day. There's no way it's different in the ReZero world where people are probably constantly dying. And so the books you think we would see the books appearing, but maybe this library works in a magic way where books just kind of always exist, if that makes any sense. Like, you don't register a new book being added, you just might keep looking and then they found the Meili book just by happenstance, or I don't know how this system works. So it was just like, if they were to have found Meilei's book based off of seeing a new book be added, then I would say that makes no sense, because they should have already seen, you know, how new books are added in or something like that. Which has not been found out by anybody. Nobody knows how books are added in here, or where they're added, or if there's a system to it or anything like that. So they just happened upon it. Kind of a weird point to harp on or like nitpick, but I was just thinking about the system of how they could have found Meilei's book and how that could maybe help us understand how we find new books of the dead, like when somebody dies where a book appears, or how it's added to the system or something. But it sounds like they just came across it here recently and didn't see how it was added or anything. Jesus, Shala! To find out what happened to her. I mean, yeah, Shala's been alive for 400 years. She's killed anyone who's come to this tower. I don't think she really cares about like death all that much. Is he gonna try and talk his way out of it because he knows that he did it? And he's like, because he doesn't, has he been told how these books work? And that, well, all of them knew Meili, so anybody could read it, and anybody could see that he murdered Meili. Anybody would be able to see that he murdered Meili. I think he's gonna dissuade the group from reading it. Because we all know Meili. Anybody could read the book in our group. Even if Subaru doesn't know how the book functions, that he has to argue away from people reading it or read it himself. He's sweating bullets. Nope. From Absolute to read it should be either Super or Julius. Okay. Oh, Jesus, here we go. So, I mean, Beatrice just explained how the books work in a nutshell, so at this point, he's gotta know. Yep, here we go. It's time to experience Meilei's life. And she was an orphan. Whoa. Jesus. Oh my god, the visualization here is crazy. So she couldn't grieve. And so the witch beast, because of her divine protection, actually protected her. One look and it stopped the witch beast. In fact, it took her in instead. Holy shit. The fangs of a beast. Never achieving anything. Brought them a creature to eat. Oh my god! I mean, I should have guessed that that's how it would go. She was raised by wolves, literally, but Jesus Christ, man. I'm shocked she was able to acclimate to human society. Like, I'm shocked she was able to acclimate. Then again, she is an assassin as a kid, and only this kind of upbringing, I feel like, could enable a kid to live that kind of life, but... I mean, yeah, Jesus. An upbringing of this degree, I should say. There's probably other situations that could maybe, but you know what I mean, an upbringing of this degree. But since she learned to live, she didn't think to die. Oh my god. But her divine protection would stop any witch beast from attacking her. Yup. She was like a lord of the witch beasts. Wow. And this can't be that long ago. Meili does not look that much older, in all honesty. This cannot be that much of a difference in time. Oh, and then Elsa found her. Gonna easily kill all the witch beasts. Jesus, and to her that's like her kin getting killed, but of course, I don't know if she's processing like super complex emotions. Oh my god. First time we've seen Elsa since early last season when Garfield was going through all his trauma. Only Elsa would be able to just sit there and let that happen, Miss Vampire. So you didn't know how to grieve, fight back, or even live. Who is speaking to her? Is that Capella? Oh no. Is Meilei's mother Capella? Oh no. Uh-oh. That might be really bad for my case of her wanting to be a good guy if that's the case. This is totally Aoyuki. That's Aoyuki. Oh god. Her mother in question, who she spoke about, that Elsa and her worked under, is Capella. Fuck. Uh-oh. That could also aid the theory that Capella might be here. I tossed out that theory. I think it's the most improbable one, that Capella is also here with Gluttony, and she's the one who took the shape of Rem. I think that to be the most improbable, but not impossible. Well, I think it would be, because Capella couldn't learn about Return by Death, because if Gluttony told it, Sotelo would kill everybody, so I don't think Gluttony would tell Capella. I don't think Capella's here, but that doesn't mean Meili could not be working for the witch cult's best interest, considering she... Oh god. But also, it's like she spent a year in Roswell's mansion, and she was there as for protection. Like, the reason that we kept her in that cell and she didn't want to go out is because she thought she would die if she would. If I'm not mistaken, she said, I don't think she said that, but it's kind of implied that that's why she wouldn't want to leave, is because she's betrayed at this point. She's defected and is not working for them anymore, so they'd want to kill her so she can't give out information or something. Pathetic excuses one after another. She even... grieve just for... Bro, what? She kept transforming her into animal after animal after animal. So you didn't know how to grieve, fight back, or even live. And she just crawled up next to Elsa. Grieve, fight back, or even live. Pathetic excuses, one after another. I couldn't care less. And then she turns her into like a cockroach. What the fuck? Jesus Christ. Grieve just for me. Fight just for me. And live just to love me. Was this even like just a worm-like creature? Turned her into like an anglerfish? Bitching that you lost everything. Forgot everything. It's all gone. Well, I'll just have to discipline you then. Yeah, you didn't lose everything. You didn't forget everything. It's not all gone. I am your everything, and don't fucking forget that. I'll discipline you until you believe that. Oh my god. Turned her into a frog, picked her up and threw her. That's a mother's job, after all. Threw her and then... oh god, I don't know if Melee's on our side, man. Oh, Jesus. Especially with how badly Capella... I cannot believe that Capella's roped into this backstory. I was not ready for that at all. Holy shit, what an absurd... oh my god! This poor girl! Jesus Christ! For anyone other than me, no number of lives would ever be enough. Hate. Did she hate everybody around her, basically? Hated Capella, hated Elsa. Well, maybe that's a good sign. Maybe she would come to us because she doesn't actually hate us. And, you know, her connection bond with Subaru that Subaru's established with her over the past year, maybe, hopefully isn't one just built on hating everything, but fuck if I know, man. This poor girl was tormented so badly. Jesus. Fucking appas, man. Here buying some appas. Oh my god! Yeah, try stealing shit from Elsa again, brother. My god. Was this hate? What even is hate? Just saw death after death after death with Elsa. I mean, she already lived as like a rabid animal technically in her childhood. Sorrow. Doing Elsa's hair. Sorrow. So Capella basically trained her to just use her. This is after season 2. Capella basically, this is when Elsa died. Capella basically just trained her to use her divine protection to just work for her. And that was it. Elsa's dead. Was this sorrow? And then she got locked away there. I love it. What? She's like, hate? She hated. Hate. What even is hate? And then it goes sorrow, sorrow. What even is sorrow? Very interesting. Interesting. Who was she supposed to imitate? Ooh, and that's why she has the kind of personality that she has. She's just imitating who Elsa was as a person. and just going along with that because she doesn't know how to feel emotions or feelings of her own. Is there a tear in her eye? I honestly can't tell. It's with the fuzz, it's kind of hard to tell. But the fact that we know Subaru made all these plushies and he made her a little Elsa one. And that would maybe make a lot more sense why she, you know, she does the like tongue lick thing last episode imitating Elsa, but it's like now it's like why? I just what conversation did she have with Subaru before he lost his memories? I'm so many questions. Has Gluttony like confronted Melee and been like, we know you work under Capella, help us? Are they like maybe threatening her and she's like terrified of them or something? And so she's just doing what they say and killing Subaru? I have no idea. Maybe that could explain why she's doing what she's doing, because she knows Gluttony is in cahoots in the witch cult with Capella, and so she's just doing what she's told. Order her to die, she'd die, right? Jesus! Ooh. And in comes Mr. Natsuki Subaru. I wonder if this was one of the first times he came and attended to her, because he knew her before that. She acted as an innocent child in the village in season 1. And that was our first interaction with her, of course. But so she knows who he is, but like maybe this is the first time he came down here to associate with her. And are we going to get the backstory now that... Oh, maybe not. I thought we'd maybe get the backstory that people were saying was cut content, where for over a year he kept coming to here to see her constantly and talk to her and establish a bond with her. And this is her first genuine emotion she's felt here, though. She ordered her to die. She'd die right this instant. But then she has her maybe first genuine moment saying, I don't want that. I don't want to die. Very least I want to know the answer. Was this the night he lost his memories? Is she gonna find him in here? Or did he find her in here? The night he lost his memories, did he end up running in here and seeing her? Is she gonna look for Elsa's book? I bet you she's gonna look for Elsa's book. Yup. This is the night that Subaru lost his memory. For the first time, we are seeing it. For the very first time, we are seeing it. And she ran off. He saw what I was doing. He found out. He knows. And that's why she went to kill him? I didn't want him to find me. I didn't want him to know. Yep, she sees him just sitting on the floor there. Was she gonna try and kill him? Gluttony took over. Oh my god. Oh my god. She went back to try and kill him there, and Gluttony had taken over. This is fucking bonkers, dude. What the hell? Gluttony had taken him over. The last thing she had from him was this conversation that they had where he said, don't stay up too late, Melee. That was the last thing Natsuki Subaru said to her before she ran off. And then she was just gonna kill him because he saw her looking for books. He didn't even question it. He didn't even have a second thought about it, but she's just so in her own head about this that she was gonna just kill him for that. So is the Melee, basically the Melee that we have seen in the entire show up until this point is just her mimicking Elsa. That's it. That's why she speaks the way she does. That's why she acts the way she does. She's just mimicking Elsa. This is the first time we're ever seeing the true Melee. First time ever. I didn't want him to know. So she came back and was gonna try and kill him, but this is Gluttony. And Gluttony's like reading through the books? Oh, what the fuck, man? Oh my god! I have so many questions! Wow, you're shallow. And was she gonna try and like laugh it off or something? Stop sucking up to me, it's disgusting. Stop feigning innocence, little doll. And this is Gluttony having stolen Subaru's memories and inhabiting him, which we didn't even know gluttony could do. That's not something we've known gluttony could do until just now. Like, literally last episode was the first time we found out that gluttony can inhabit other people. Maybe the people it steals memories of it can inhabit. I don't know how that works. The only person we knew who could inhabit others was Betelgeuse, and that was part of his abilities, that he could take over his fingers. I forget the exact details of how that works. Season 1, I haven't watched that in a while, so I apologize. But we knew that he could take over specific people, and Subaru happened to be one of those. We did not know this was Gluttony's ability. All we knew is that they took memories, that they can take your memories, that they can take other people's memories of you, or they can completely wipe you out entirely by doing what they did to Rem and taking both. And that's all we've known. But now we know for sure that they can take over other people. And this is Gluttony maybe having taken over Subaru's memory, saying, stop feigning innocence, like, we can see through you. Subaru may not, but we do, is probably what they're saying. I say we because I'm just talking Gluttony as a whole here, but like, I don't think it's that far-fetched that the other Gluttonies are here too. I'm gonna be just completely honest. Like, I know Rui is guaranteedly here for sure. We heard her voice when Nubru was falling down the stairs, and I bet you she's the one who, the way she got here was, now that we know they can take over people, probably just residing inside of Rem. Don't have to speak, don't have to do anything. You just sit there dead, and then she easily could have made it here with us, because Rem also spoke last episode, and that's for sure Rui. But I don't put it past the idea, because if Rui is inhabiting Rem, can Rui just jump from person to person easily, or is one of the other Gluttonies inhabiting Subaru? Like, I don't fucking know, man. Can't you hear what you really want from that heart of yours? Damn, and they just picked all the way to her core in an instant about how she very seldom has genuine emotions until, you know, recently when she started wanting things of her own. Like, her first genuine want was to not die. And then from there, it's been more of hearing her own, you know, thoughts and her own feelings outside of mimicking Elsa, which is just been told to us that's what she's been doing this entire time. Listen to your desires. And so she just thought this was Subaru speaking. Oh my god. Gluttony never revealed itself to her. It just gave this talking to her. And that is the conversation she had with him. And so she did that. She started listening to her true desires and finding out what kind of person she is. And that resulted in her just murdering Subaru, pushing him off the stairs. Because Gluttony effectively told her, just listen to your desires. Whatever desire you have, listen to it. And her desire was to silence him because he saw her looking for a book. Very simplistic way of thinking, but Meili is shown that that's all she's known. She's only imitated how other people think. She doesn't really think that hard. She's still a child, and for most of her childhood, she was raised as a wild animal, practically. Like, I don't think she's that far gone from how she was then. She just imitates who she imitates, and her genuine thoughts of, he saw me, gotta kill him, comes from her simplistic way of thinking. Oh my god! So full of flavor. Once you know what you want and start acting more like yourself. Oh god, and she liked that. Oh my god, she really liked that. She really liked that talk that they had. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. And Nubru is not going to understand that this is not Subaru. He's not going to understand that. He's not going to clock that this is not Subaru. That this is Gluttony. He's not going to know that, and it's going to make his opinion of Subaru even worse, because he seems like a fucking psycho here. But I love it. What Gluttony's doing here is making its meal better. It wants Meili to find her sense of self. Gluttony wants Meili to find her sense of self, find the kind of person that she is, so that when it consumes her, it'll be a better meal. That's exactly what they want. This is fucking crazy. How seriously can I take what you said? Oh my god. And then Gluttony took over in a split second. This is crazy! Oh my god, there's 3 people trying to fight for control for Subaru's body right now. Natsuki Subaru, who's completely dormant because his memories are gone. Nubaru and Gluttony. They're all playing in this dude's body. Oh my god. So because Meili started taking or understanding her sense of self or something. Oh, hold on. I'm just let it play out and I'm gonna be going back over this whole thing. And Gluttony's just gonna... Jesus Christ! Asking that as directly as against the rules. Oh, I don't like the subtitles being like this. I can't tell who's saying what. Hold on. Pretty interesting turn in its own right. In the end, what did I accomplish? Everything from the time I was alone in the woods. I've accomplished nothing. I call it Natsuki Subaru's murder case. Oh my god! Because all he felt... This is crazy! What the fuck? Why was I'm so curious why Gluttony didn't allow Meili to ask that directly. Asking that directly is against the rules. And I'm so curious what Meili aimed to achieve by bringing that up to him. Is it basically like her trying to confirm, like, whatever I do that you'll, like, help me? Like, I'll remember it all. Tedious worries are your pointless suffering. Whenever you find your sense of self, like, just follow your desires and everything that he said there. What I want to do, what I really want is... And was Meili just trying to be like, how... okay, hold on. I feel like I get it, but I also feel like it's ReZero. I'm so likely missing out on something at the same time. I get that feeling a lot when I watch this show. This is so interesting. Oh my god, I'm only halfway through the episode too. This is crazy. So was she just supposed to figure that out on her own, and like bringing that up risked Nubaru finding out about Gluttony? Like that conversation was not supposed to be something that Nubaru knows, and so Gluttony's like, okay, well I gotta kill you now because you can't bring that up directly to him. And that's why Gluttony also said this is an interesting twist on its own, because what Gluttony is going to do, I'm just calling it Gluttony because I don't know which one this is. I have no fucking idea. This seems less like Rui, if I'm being honest, and more like Lai or Roy. This behavior is much less, it feels much different, it feels more akin to them, I should say, than it does being different from Rui. It feels more akin to them. It's also because we just don't know a whole ton about Rui, but besides the point. He's saying it's an interesting turn because he's gonna, it's like he was saying, I call it Natsuki Subaru's murder case. Instead of letting Meili go on and do whatever she wants and all the above, which is actually what occurred in the first 2 loops, Subaru brings up that he lost his memories, and then Meili being like, oh fuck, who did I speak to last night? What happened last night? Did what followed her desires and pushed him down out of worry or whatever it may be. Because that conversation between them guaranteedly happened. The only reason that she didn't bring it up to him the first couple loops is because he openly admitted that he lost his memories. And so Meili probably started questioning to herself, was that Subaru I talked to? Who did I really talk to last night? And then she ended up pushing him down the stairs out of fear for what, just, you know, her own survival, or I don't know exactly what the thinking would be, but it makes sense why she pushed him down the stairs now. Down that stairwell is because she probably started freaking the fuck out after hearing he lost his memories and worrying if maybe the conversation wasn't him, or the conversation would come back on her in some way, or It could be a number of things that she could have thought, but there is now ample reasoning behind why she would do that. Given her backstory as well, we now know that Mei Lee is not the kind of person we've been led to believe that she is. She very much acts on instinct as she's just now becoming open to the idea of following her own desires. Her entire life, she just followed instincts, and then she was picked up and just followed whatever Capella did. And for the first time, she thought, I don't want that. I don't want to die. And from there, her genuine desires have started sprouting, but she's not sure how to act on them. She still imitates Elsa all the time in the way that she acts on her mannerisms and everything, just because it's the only thing she knows how to do. And that talk from Subaru, and the reason she liked it so much is because someone was telling her to follow her desire. Someone was telling her effectively, I'll remember it all, I'll be right here. And so I think I understand now why she might have pushed him. The direct reasoning, because he said, I'll remember it all. And that basically was very comforting for her to hear, that he like somehow saw straight through her and would be there with her as she began to figure out who she is and such. Basically is kind of what it, I'm assuming that's how she took it, and that's basically what she got from that conversation, was fear at first, but then it was like, oh, Subaru here would be willing to, he already saw through me, and he's willing to accept me as I go on my journey of self-discoverance and following my desires and whatever it may be. But when Subaru came out and said, I don't have my memories, the line that she heard from the night before, I'll remember it all, was just void. That whole conversation they had was void. And so maybe out of a feeling of possible betrayal or something, maybe that's why she pushed him. I'm not entirely sure. But basically he told her, I'll remember it all. Gluttony told her, and then immediately the next morning he turns around and is like, I don't have my memories. So that conversation just becomes void. And this time she goes in and directly talks to him, and Gluttony takes over saying, you weren't supposed to do that. Probably because, like I said, bringing up anything that Gluttony told to her that Nubaru is unaware of cannot be brought up directly to Nubaru, because it risks outing Gluttony or giving Nubaru a hint as to what's going on or anything like that. And now Gluttony's taking this case to be like, well, let's just frame Subaru. Let's make Nubaru think even worse of him and just frame Subaru for your murder. Wow. This is fucking nuts. Oh my god. This also definitely presents the idea that Mei Lee absolutely can genuinely become a genuine ally of ours. She doesn't even know who she is, who she exists as. She's only just copied people her entire life, and she's finally free from having to do that and beginning to tap into her own desires. It's a shame that Gluttony is the one that had that conversation with her, but ideally, when Subaru comes back and Nubaru is gone, Subaru keeps all the memories of Nubaru, and he can have a true heart-to-heart with Mei Lee, hopefully, and really get to the root of what she's thinking and all the above, and she can become like a true ally, because she's still kind of on her own side at this point. She's with us, hanging out with us, but truly she's on her own side. Just how she reacted to Subaru just seeing her look at the books, which I'm assuming she was looking for Elsa's, but fuck if I know. Anyway, crazy backstory here, and this explains so much. It's insane. I would have never guessed. I guessed that Gluttony was the one who killed her and was framing Subaru. I guessed that. I was correct on that. But Mei Lee's whole backstory and the kind of character that she is, the fact that her entire everything is just a facade, that she's just putting on an act as Elsa and really doesn't know who she truly is so interesting and such a good twist to her character. So I'm so excited to see how that's explored as we continue. Anyway, we're only halfway through this episode, so a little over halfway. Yep, just her only thoughts going through her brain as she died, or the only thoughts ringing through Subaru's head as he just felt like he was being choked to death. I mean, yeah, Nubaru's reaction should be enough. You will end up mixing. Because you're taking the whole life of another person into you. That's easier said than done. You're literally taking a whole other person's life into you. Mixing is effectively, you mix your persona, your sense of self with them as you just live their memories. It may have dived too deep. Oh, Jesus. Elsa's gone. What the fuck is Shala thinking? We zoomed in on her real hard here as she observes Nubaru just fucked. Because the reason that Nubaru is so much worse off is because Subaru, when he did it, he has such a stronger sense of self in this world. And so when he came back to, he was still shocked and the memories were still there and everything, but he was able to regain himself and things like that because he has such a stronger sense of self in this world and as a person and all the above through all the growth he's gone through. Nubaru does not have that, and he's already so unbelievably overwhelmed, and tack that on, he just watched a whole other person's life's memories worth, and we'll just be honest, Tifon's was crazy, but I would say that Meilei's was much worse. Nubaru effectively just got the memories of someone who was turned into an animal over and over again by Capella to condition her and discipline her, and lived as just a wild animal in her beginning of her life, and that's a lot crazier than Tifon's, I think I will say. So, all things add up, it makes sense that he's so fucked mentally. And of course, he saw his own self in there murdering her. That's also impossible to take. Yeah, there's just a lot. Jesus! Oh my god, it's like no, he's having an Elsa episode! Oh god! Garfield passed his curse to fucking Nubaru. Oh my god. It really hurts, doesn't it? Flailing around while dude, it's like she's literally, because the memories are still fresh on his mind, it's like she's literally here just speaking to his subconscious mind. Not even subconscious, she's just speaking to his conscious mind. He's fucking freaking out. And I love them comforting him. It's very sweet. Beatrice being as comforting, both of them being as comforting, but Beatrice being more logical about how to handle it, trying to keep him calm and keep him in the present and not let him go back to Meilei's memories again. Because literally the second he brought up Meilei's memories, it's just boop, she's there in his brain talking to him. God, he's literally gonna start having Elsa episodes around here now, just like Garfield did. Entirely on finding herself, eh? I love Betty. Oh my god, I love everybody in this show, man. All the characters are so good. I just love how, I don't know, man. It's just something so sweet about how comforting they are towards Subaru whenever, you know, he does anything or is going through something, and yeah, it's just great. I love it. Dead. Oh my god. I guess they never trusted me to begin with. I mean, yeah. Man, that's a lot of faith for them to say, like, you know, if it put Subaru of all people in this kind of state, I'm saying Subaru because that's who they think it is. If they put Subaru in this kind of state, let's just not have you do it, Julius. It just shows how much, you know, faith they have in the kind of person that Subaru is. And we also know that Echidna is terrified of him, so they think he's strong as hell. Maybe just hiding it. You know, I don't know exactly what Echidna's thinking, but I would bet you a lot of people think that, considering how he literally never loses ever and always knows the solution to everything in every single instance. He kind of hid the body. Oh my. Jesus. Oh god! Oh god! How on earth do you say, yep, it was me? You don't say that! You can't! There's no way! Even if Nubaru's like, it wasn't me, but it was me! You did kill her! Oh my god! That's terrifying! She's just sitting here smiling at him like, what are you gonna do? You gonna tell him? You gonna tell him that you killed me? What the? Oh my, this is fucking crazy, and that is terrifying. Her just being there next to him like that. You're gonna see her like, there's no voice going up, but like, yeah, her smile and grin gets bigger. Oh my god, this situation is so fucked! Oh my god, it's so fucked. And he lies! Oh my god, he lies! Oh, Jesus. Oh, he lies, he lies, he lies. Oh my god! This is fucking terrifying. Oh my god. Even if he loops, is he going to continue having her there? No way we stick with this loop. No way Meili stays dead. That would be crazy if she stays dead. Oh my god. Why do I think it's not impossible? This is fucking Tape we're talking about here. This loop might stick. His respawn point might be after Meili is dead. She might not come back. We might never get to see her actually become a genuine part of the group, who becomes her genuine own person, separated from anything that, whatever, any kind of persona she tries to put on or emulate, with her own genuine emotions and all the above. We may never see that. I would not put that shit past Tape to have this stick, and she does not come back. But that means Subaru is going to have to, whenever Subaru comes back, is going to have to live with the fact that he killed Meili. Whether it was gluttony or not, his body killed Meili. I don't know if Tape would do that. I feel like he would, though. Come on, let's be so honest here. It's fucking Tape, man. Oh, Jesus, I'm worried, man. I'm not gonna find her. He hid her in a very secret area. Looking up at raids. Oh, I mean, raids. We know that she can go up there, so... well, yes, that's right. She has passed the exam, yes. That happened before the whole Nuber thing. It's almost like she knows. Dude, why would it not surprise me? And that's the reason that she was just sitting there with her hands behind her back not saying anything, is because she possibly knows that he killed her. Oh my god. He's literally just, it's just Elsa and Garfield, but 1,000 times worse, because it's Nubaru, a memoryless Subaru, dealing with the fact that he's dealing with an unfathomable amount of shit right now. Take care of Meili is crazy. That sounds like he's effectively telling her, go discard of the body so nobody else can find out. Jesus Christ. Because it's also like, I mean, I talked about it, but I didn't really put it into terms like this. It's not even just that Subaru has to come to terms with Meili's memories, that Nubaru has to do that. He also has to try to figure out what the fuck went on with Natsuki Subaru in her memories. He has to try to compartmentalize and understand that as well. Oh my god. I can't, like, there's just... I would be... Like, I'm not in a fantasy world, but like I understand Nubaru so badly. Every single thing, he's just unfathomably overwhelmed. There's just no feasible way he can understand everything that's going on with him, or even begin to try, especially after he just read that book. Like, his understanding of who Natsuki Subaru was and why all these people love him so much is just being degraded constantly more and more. He can't fathom bar his own insecurities and issues he has with his own self-worth and stuff, bar those all to the side, the memories and things that he has seen now of Natsuki Subaru, there's just, barring his own self-loathing and self-worth issues, how the fuck is he supposed to, like, fathom why these girls care so much about a guy who would do that? The only thing he could possibly come up with is maybe Subaru puts on an act around them. He doesn't act like himself. Because, like, why would Emilia and Beatrice care so much about him when he does shit like that? So he's got to try to figure all that out, and he's still trying to figure out who pushed him, which I feel like it was Meili, maybe as revenge for him forgetting or something, because we saw her literally possibly want to kill him for having just seen her trying to look for a book. I don't think it's that far-fetched to say that she would try to kill him, because he forgot what he said he would remember. He forgot their conversation. It's not far-fetched to say she would try to kill him for that. Just because of how we see how simplistic she thinks. And how she hasn't developed genuine emotions of her own and stuff yet. And she's beginning to. We saw the beginnings of it, but her sense of self has not been fully established even slightly. And so little things like that set her off. If that's what you want, then fine by me. Did she just dab? Oh god, is she about to say, where do you want me to put the body? Why does it look like she's dabbing? Shala, please. I understand what to do. Oh my god. I don't think it's a good thing that you understand that. Oh my god, what a question. And Beatrice is gonna be like, what do you mean? Of course I'm nice to you. Yeah, another very strange question indeed. Natsuki Subaru is a despicable coward who's trying to hide my death. Why does everyone love him so much? He literally cannot stand, and through everything he's seen has literally now loathes Natsuki Subaru. And so he cannot fathom why everybody loves him so much. I want to know why. Oh my god! Stop jump scaring me, Melee! The others. And he still has to even question that. He's been trying to cut suspects off his list and such, but he still does not know who pushed him. And so he still doesn't know who to trust and who not to trust. Like, of course, his trust in Amelia and Beatrice and people like that have begun to rise more than they maybe were in the dire straits, that's the right phrase. Dire situation it was in a couple episodes ago, but he still doesn't fully trust anybody. Can I love them or can I not? Can I? Oh my god, that involves killing them though! Oh my god, is he gonna try and kill Beatrice? Please no. Oh my god, so he can read her book. Ah! I really don't want him to. Oh god, I hate that idea. Sounds like something that the further fucked up that Subaru gets that he might engage in. Fuck. Beatrice is being so sweet. Girl, I worry for your safety. Oh god, he's really not looking good. And my theory for Gluttony trying to drive him insane so they can recruit him continues to be a plausible idea as the worse and worse he gets throughout this episode. Like, he came back a bit after his first two deaths, and he was really bad there. After Petrosh saved him, he managed to regain a little bit of his sanity because of the act of Petrosh and everything like that. And he was able to try to go into detective mode and figure shit out, but it's just, I mean, it's getting to a point, man, where it's just so unbelievably overwhelming that there's just nothing that brother can do. And I'm assuming for Beatrice's sake, she's probably just, the strange question where he asks, like, why are you so nice to me? She probably just pins it as a question that he's asking because his memories are still jumbled up. Like, that's definitely why she would assume that he is asking a question like that. Oh my god, man, I'm fucking stressed. I can't believe next episode is the last episode, so we have to wait for like a month. Oh my god! Melee trying to fucking convince him to choke her out! That's why he was looking at her neck! Fuck me! Stop! Stop! Please no. Oh my god, please no. Memory Melee. Or haunting ghost. Not ghost, because it's not actually you. It's just a fucking thing fucking with Subaru. Stop! I want the actual Melee, not you. Oh my god, man. And he swung to shake that thought away because he can't fathom killing somebody. Oh god, she sees his hand is fucked up. Oh no. Oh no. Is she gonna see the Natsuki Subaru was here on his arm? Oh god. Oh god, stop! 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 Oh my god, stop! Okay. She's just gonna heal him. So, that doesn't make much sense to anime watchers if you're anime only. This is cut content from all the way back in early season 1. Effectively, Subaru had bad self-harming tendencies that they cut out of the anime. There was a scene where, like, you know, the whole thing where he had the curse on him and he didn't want to go to sleep because he wanted to figure out how he died. He, in the light novel, was stabbing himself to keep himself awake. And that was cut from the anime. And so he has bad self-harming tendencies that are present all throughout the light novel that are not there in the anime at all. And so the reason Beatrice says that's a bad habit is because she got accustomed to healing him if he ever did something like that. I believe is what I've been told. Is something that has occurred as cut content in prior seasons. So that's not a spoiler that I'm getting like right now. Like, oh, I knew that this was going to happen. No, this is something that has already occurred in the light novel. This is its first time making its presence in the anime. This is something that happened way earlier on, and so that's why she didn't assume it's anything crazy. She just assumed that stress is getting to him and he's starting to, you know, scratch himself or do some self-harming stuff, which he has done in the past. The anime just has not shown that he's done that. I'm glad I know about that, because now I know the context to why otherwise I'd be like, bad habit, what? He's never done that. But I do know that cut content. I learned about that back when I watched season 2, so don't worry about that being something that I learned recently that, like, people could consider a spoiler in some certain way. I learned that all the way back in, like, right after I watched season 2 years ago. Oh my god. You're clearly not, and Melee is just over here. I'm gonna call her Dream Melee from now on, because it's not the actual Melee. I want the actual Melee back. I want her to be part of the crew. Yeah, I think it'd be a really cool to see her, you know, actually gain her sense of self and become a genuine part of our group. So fuck you, Ghost Dream Melee. I'm gonna call you Dream Melee from now on. Did you know that murder becomes a habit? That's all the problem with murder was. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it makes sense. It becomes second nature to you, habitual. It's something you're, I don't know if it'll happen, like, after just once, but it's definitely enough to fuck with somebody's mind to where it becomes a habit. And that's just with anything, not even something that necessarily fucks with your mind. You do it enough, it becomes habitual, second nature to you. Oh god. Is she trying to say that, like, the fact that he killed will never go away? That's a stain on him that'll never go away, and if it happens again, it could be cut, or because it's already happened once, he might end up, and it, like, a thought in his mind will always be, I could just kill to solve this problem. It'll always be a thought in the back of his mind, and as a habit, it's something he won't be able to ever maybe truly shake off, and it's always something that he might think of or even attempt to do, or if he does do it, it'll become habitual in the way that he'll just kill without thinking. It's just something that it's now that it's happened once, even though it wasn't him doing it, it was his body, it's gonna stick with him. He probably wouldn't be much help anyway. Just give a side glance to Shala there. Jesus, I mean, truth, but goddamn, is that brutal. Lest more of us get picked off. Yeah. Oh my god. I thought I was told that that's not the case. That her using magic is what chipped away at her body, not just her taking host of her body. Is it the case that her taking host of it is also killing her? But I suppose it could be a thing of her being present as the host means part of Anastasia's lifespan is gone because she's asleep during this time, and there's someone else living her body, living her life. Her body still continues to age and move on, and as day-to-day passes and such, and so chipping away at her life force is just chipping away at her lifespan is probably a better way to say that, maybe. But it could also be that her just taking over her body is actively killing her too. But I don't think that's the case. Oh my god! Jesus Christ! Not that you actually believe a lick of that yourself. Fuck! That actually scared the shit out of me. Oh my god. Yeah, because you don't know. Well, actually, you do know Meili now, but you know that that's not what she was thinking in her last moments. All she was thinking was, I'm being killed. Over and over and over and over again. And that she did nothing with her life and all the above. You know damn well that what you're saying is a bold-faced fucking lie. Dude. Oh my god, man. This is so fucked. This is so fucked. Where are you sneaking off to? Or neither of us can rest easy. Hi, Petrosh. Petrosh giving him that look of, I know you're going to do something bad, don't do it. You can just tell what Petrosh is thinking, because she's always thinking the right thing. Petrosh, best girl. It's gonna be gone, because Shala took care of it. Shala did what you told her to. Oh god! Oh no! Oh my god! Dude, the anxiety in this episode is just everything. This season has been a season of a bunch of tense moments where I've been clenched the entire time, but this episode might be one of the worst, as he's just tiptoeing, walking on eggshells, hoping to not reveal something to somebody. Oh my god! Should I call you a fake? She's figured out that he's fake. Oh my god, he didn't even have to say anything. And she's just figured it out. Oh my god. Did you honestly think nobody saw you? Sneaking out. Let's go, Ram. Let's fucking go. Good. Ram's honestly, there's not a girl in this series who's not a best girl. Come on now. Ram is the best, Amelia is the best, Rem is the best, Petrosh is the best. I could go on and on. Oh my god. Rem was watching through Petrosh! Oh my god! That's why! And my statement is actually technically correct. Rem was watching through Petrosh and saw that Nubru was going to do something bad. Oh my god. And he looks at her neck! Fuck, it does become a habit. Every problem that he's encountering now, he's doing exactly what Meili would say. Murder is the first thought in his mind as a solution to any problem. It's happened once, and he's seen it happen once with Natsuki Subaru, or what he believes was Natsuki Subaru. Of course, we know it's gluttony, but he believes it's Natsuki Subaru, and he's just, every time there's a problem, looking directly to somebody's neck that he can just snap. This is so bad. Oh my god! Is the episode about to end? Fuck! Fuck! Okay, I'm alright. God damn it, man. You cannot end it there. Oh my god. Oh my god! This is crazy! This is crazy, holy fuck. Dude, I'm getting to the point where I'm gonna say this is the best season of ReZero. This is so nuts. Season 2 is like my favorite season of ReZero, by a good measure. It has some of the most peak episodes of the entire series. And don't get me wrong, ReZero is like one of my favorite shows of all time. So season 1 and season 3 are also peak as fuck. But season 2 is like by far my favorite. This season, and every episode that passes, continues to make a stronger and stronger case for being my favorite season. Like, oh my god, this is nuts. This is crazy. I need to hear what Rem has to say. Maybe she'll snap him out of it, but he was just thinking there at the end, murder becomes a habit, just like Meili said. Dream Meili said, this is crazy, dude. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. What an episode. What an episode, dude. That was so good. Holy shit. The Meili backstory was absolutely phenomenal, and it plays into giving her reasoning for all of her actions and everything she's done and the way she's acted throughout this entire series. The idea that she's linked to Capella is huge information that Elsa also was. And oh my god, I could go on and on. This was such a good episode, and I'm so happy that Ram noticed. She already probably had a feeling that he was acting weird after he came out of that book, not just because he lost his memories, but then she saw him sneak away through Petrash's eye, and she called him out what he is. He is not Natsuki Subaru, but I think she might be implying that she knows that a cheap knockoff of Badasu of Natsuki Subaru. That might be one of the first times that she's ever called him fully by his name. Like in the moment I almost wanted to say like that sounded odd coming out of her mouth because she always calls him Badasu. Like she has so much respect for him and I love it. But like I really need to hear what she's gonna say. Is she gonna say that he's like a Subaru who's lost his memories, making him Nubaru, or is she gonna call him out as like an enemy taking him over? I'm so curious what exactly the conclusion Rem has come to. She knows he's not the Natsuki Subaru that she knows, but to what degree does she think? Where does that? We'll see, man. Peak. So the Meili does not really throw a wrench in any of my theories. In fact, all my theories from last episode were kind of just reinforced, and the questions that I had that weren't reinforced in this episode still remain, and the theories that weren't reinforced still remain as well. We know for sure now one of the Gluttonies is taking over Nubaru, and I honestly think it's probably Lai or Roy. I think Rui is like permanently in Rem, and I think Lai and Roy might be taking over Nubaru. The way the talking and dialogue was to Meili was so unlike anything we've gotten from Rui so far, I find it hard to believe that it's her. So it honestly could be multiple Gluttonies here, and yeah, man, I don't have anything else to add here, really. I got no crazy theory crafting to do. The whole thing of this episode with the murder becomes a habit, the Meili backstory tying into Dream Meili haunting Nubaru now after he read the book, just the overwhelming nature of everything continuing to get to him more and more. I bet if he was not as overwhelmed as he was, the murder thing would not even be a thought on his mind. He would say, that's disgusting, deplorable. How could Natsuki Subaru do that? I would never. But because things are so unbelievably overwhelming and problem after problem just keeps showing itself, murder becomes a habit, and anytime there's any kind of problem, that's where he's looking. Crazy. Oh my god, I cannot wait to see where the next episode goes as we wrap up Core 1, or Part 1, whatever you want to call it, because we're back in a month after that, so it's not a super long break, but I cannot fucking wait for next episode. It does worry me though, there's so many developments that are occurring. Sorry, I just thought of this. I'll do my outro again in a second. I just thought it does worry. I'm really starting to worry that Meili might be dead for good. I'm really worried that we might not loop again, because we're having this development with Ram figuring him out. He has survived so long past his past loop. I just really am starting to worry about the idea that Subaru, whenever he comes back, might have to live with the fact that even though Gluttony had taken him over, his own two hands murdered Meili. The more that this goes on, the more that I think that would be some shit Tape would do. That he would have Meili permanently dead here. And that she died without ever achieving anything, without ever finding her sense of self, or anything like that. I could see it happening. I could see Tape doing it. I really hope it's not the case. I really would love if Meili became like a permanent part of our group, or was able to go be a normal person and live a normal life. I would really like that for her, given everything she's been through. But who knows? We shall see whether this loop sticks or Nubaru is going to die and loop again. Okay, little extra segment here. I wanted to kind of finalize my thoughts on Meilei's character and talk about some things that I've been made aware of since I ended recording. And to just kind of finalize and hone in especially, my final thoughts are I want her to be a part of the group. I want her, I feel so, her backstory is so unbelievably tragic, and I want her to be a part of the group, and I want her to grow and find her sense of self within our group and things like that, and truly become her own flourished person. I would love to see that growth occur. I just want to hone in on a few details throughout the episode that I feel like I maybe didn't do a good enough job on, and that was the whole hate or sorrow thing. Part of the reason she freaked out so much when Subaru, of all people, saw her looking for a book, which you can presume was Elsa's, is that while she is happy from being freed from the clutches of Capella, at the same time, you can tell through her whole hatred or sorrow speech that she rolls through, is that she has a very complicated feelings towards Elsa as a person who both brought her in and took care of her, but also brought her to Capella in the first place. And so who knows what exactly went through her head whenever Subaru saw her, but you can presume many things of like, oh, he saw me looking for Elsa's book, oh fuck, he's gonna think I'm a traitor, or any number of thoughts like that. And so I just feel like I didn't hone in enough on how her relationship with Elsa was very rocky, and, you know, with her imitating Elsa all the time, it shows that she did have some level of affection for her, or I suppose you could also pin it as Elsa was the only person she knew well enough to imitate in that way. But it's clear that through the whole thing of hatred or sorrow, does she feel sad that Elsa dies? Does she hate Elsa so it doesn't matter? She's got all these emotions that she's not sure what to do with, and so in the end she is both grateful and resentful towards Subaru. So when he finds out about her looking for a book, he clearly doesn't think about it all that much. She overthinks the hell out of it and then goes back to possibly kill him, because, you know, in whatever her thoughts were that might have led her to do that. And so I just kind of wanted to hone in on her dynamic with Elsa that I feel like I didn't talk about enough, and how that could relate to her reactions towards Subaru finding out the book, and also Subaru, what quote-unquote Subaru, basically just what Gluttony said to her about remembering and helping her go through her desires and things like that. And so yeah, it's just I feel like I just wanted to kind of give an all-encompassing discuss about Meilei's character, involving the stuff about Elsa and her feelings on her and how that affected her decision making and things like that. I kind of wanted to hone in on that a bit more, and there's still stuff I'm missing, but this is just things that I have thought about since, and I wanted to come in and talk about them. And also, I don't know which of the Gluttony brothers it is that is in Subaru. I know it's not Rui, I discussed that in the episode, but I do think it possible to figure out which, and so maybe I will do that at the beginning of the next video. I will go through and try and figure out whether it's Lai or Roy. Not that it's super important, but I think it would be more interesting if it was Lai, specifically the one who took Rem's memories, but we'll find out, and maybe I'll look deeper into that in the next episode. But anyway, I just wanted to come in here and kind of give an all-encompassing thoughts about Meili. If I have anything else, you'll hear from me again. But back to the video. Okay, I'm here again. This one's going to be a super short comment. This is just to tag a little bit extra onto my Meili discussion. I really like the parallels between the fact that in the same way that Meili is so quick to kill because she has the habit of killing, the habit of murder. She's made a habit of doing that throughout her life, being an assassin, or when she was more of a wild beast, she just killed to eat, or then as an assassin killed to kill, and so killing is just second nature to her. And so when she has a problem such as Subaru seeing her look at the book, she just goes to kill. She has that habit to murder, and now Nubaru, both having murdered Meili by his own hands, putting that in quotes. It wasn't him, but of course it was his own body, his own hands doing that. He feels like, even if it's not, it might as well have been him in his mind. He also read Meili's book to where she was killing all the time, and so that is in his brain as well. And even though they aren't technically his memories, he's so mixed with her now that this dream melee takes place in his brain and talks to him about the habit to murder and things like that. I just love the parallels between how Melee, through what she's lived, has that habit where if there's a problem, her brain goes to murder to solve it, and Nubaru is beginning to inch in the same direction as we saw throughout the entire episode. So I just wanted to comment on that as well. But I think it is going to wrap it up from reaction to ReZero Season 4, Episode 10. Hope you guys did enjoy, and I hope you all have a good day.